Good morning. I think I say this every morning, but excuse how I look right now. I look hella stink. um, y'all, we getting through the week, huh? It's pre-party Thursday, 8 Titty Thursday, Titty Tuesdays and Thursdays. um, I hope I hope everybody's just getting through their week graciously, skating through this motherfucker. You know what I mean? The weekend is almost here. The weekend isn't long enough, unfortunately. We definitely need more time and fucking barely 48 hours, after all niggas go through. But I'm sending you guys much love, peace, prosperity, positivity, and a bunch of power, pussy power, big dick energy, all that shit. I don't have a penis, but I'm just saying. Shut up, Drea. Anyways, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, y'all, I got a couple of downloads that I'm going to share, of course, per usual. Serve y'all some of this soul food early in the morning. Thank you for waking up with Drees this morning. You know what I mean? Um, what's it called? So I got a quote for y'all, and then I got some other downloads. So I have this quote, and then we're going to go into the pressures of finding your purpose, because I've been getting like that's been a big issue with a lot of the collective and trying to like find their place in this world and what they're actually here to do. I feel like in this age of Aquarius where there's so much enlightenment and all these quote unquote like chosen, you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of toxic in a sense because it's like kind of making people who aren't really connecting or who haven't really like went through their awakening yet or aren't sure whether they are or not. It's kind of like um it's kind of I'm hearing intimidating, you know what I mean? Um, but like I said, I'm about to start with this quote, and that's one thing about myself. I'm a creative writing major. I love quotes, so I love quotes and analogies, and you know what I mean. So you will hear that throughout like my videos and my readings and shit like that. But the quote, um, change comes when the pain of holding on becomes greater than the fear of letting go. I'm going to repeat that. Change comes when the pain of holding on becomes greater than the fear of letting go. And I saw this quote. My first year of college, I went to San Francisco State University, AAA, shout out to the Gators. Um, and there is a bathroom that, like in where like all the restaurants are and shit like that. And like there's hella like just people just wrote quotes all over just wrote shit all over the wall. You know what I mean? And like I happened to be in the stall that had that quote, and it just resonated with me. At the time, I was dealing with domestic violence at a really fucking young age. Now I'm thinking about it, like 17. That's hella young for a young person to be dealing with something like that. 17, 18. Um, but we made it out, and I'm grateful. But it was really hard to walk away from the situation. You know what I mean? Anybody that's been through it understands. Like the average person just like you should just leave. You know what I mean? And like it's really not that. It's not that simple, especially if you don't have the resources or if you feel like you don't have the support. And those type of abusers definitely are very good at isolating their victims. You know what I mean? So if you are in that situation, if you have been in that situation, my heart goes out to you. I'm here with you. Um, if you were in the thick of it, um, I'm with you. You know what I mean? And there's a way out. And um, there's a way out. There's always a way out. You know what I mean? You just gotta, it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of strength and safety planning. You know what I mean? So, and we're not even talking about domestic violence right now, but we can get into that on another segment. I am an advocate for victims of trauma. So, I do. Right now, I'm kind of more in the human trafficking sector, but I do help victims of domestic violence and abuse in other ways. So fuck with me. But yeah, so that quote though, a lot of my downloads I've been getting recently were with the collective have been regarding going through this major shift and having trouble taking the leap. Some of you are in like kind of a false sense of reality right now because you have made the shift, but you're still you're not resonating in your reality because you shifted. So you're still going through, how do I explain it? Like, it's kind of hard like to explain, but it's like you've changed, but you're still doing the same things that you did before, and they don't connect with you, and you feel really uncomfortable with it. You know what I mean? Like, you're going into these spaces and it's not authentic to who you are now. So allow yourself to be ejected from those spaces so that you can allow room to get into the rooms that you're supposed to sit in, if that makes sense. Good morning to everybody in the chat. So yeah, so like the change comes when the pain of holding on becomes greater than the fear of letting go. So yeah, it's gonna get very uncomfortable for you. It's gonna get so fucking uncomfortable for you. This relationship is going to be a burden for you if you don't leave. And this job is going to become unbearable if you don't leave. You know what I mean? Like, so that was that download. You know what I mean? And I feel like that does bleed into the pressure of finding your purpose. So as a reader, a lot of people that I read for often ask the question, am I on my right path? And I'm getting that for a lot of you that are searching for your purpose, you're searching for that path that you're supposed to be on, a lot of you are already on it. So get the fuck out of line. You already got your number. You just waiting for your number to be called. You know what I mean? Get out of line. And that was a download that I've had before for myself. It was just like you at the DMV and you get your number, but you still in line for the number, and it's like it's hella people behind you. You taking up space. You already got your number. Just wait for it to be called. You know what I mean? And I feel like that waiting to be called in its own, that has a lot to do with the journey. I was reflecting on the mental state that I was in when I found that quote about the change, and how I always knew that there was something greater for me. I just didn't know what it was. And I remember having an argument with a friend about me being a role model, and he was just like, how are you a role model? And I just like, who I am, I always felt it, right? I just didn't know how to get there. Like, so this could be connecting to somebody that has always felt like they're supposed to be in philanthropy. Somebody that's supposed to always make a change, make a difference. Maybe that is something that you want to do. You just don't know how you're going to do it. You know what I mean? But I feel like, and what I'm getting is that for myself, all I needed to do was be in the moment. All I needed to do was be faced with this adversity so that I can get out of it, so that I can build myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if any of y'all remember the Black Girl Rocks award show on BET. And I used to always I get choked up watching award shows in general, y'all. I'll cry watching the Grammys. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be so proud of people. I swear. But and I feel like that's always resonated with me. I was always supposed to be somebody that everybody cheered for. You know what I mean? And it's not about like no narcissism and shit like that. I just always been self-serving. You know what I mean? I've always been the leader. I've always been a leader. You know what I mean? So whoever this might resonate with, sometimes all you have to do, the only thing that you're being called to do is to get through it. Let those daggers be thrown at you. You know what I mean? Like, and do your shadow work. A lot of people are being called to do shadow work. Like, for those who haven't found their purpose, like, it's the shadow work. It's the ego death. You know what I mean? Good morning. How you doing? It's digging deep into self. You know what I mean? Like, grasping that self-awareness. Because once you get to the core of you And then I had the quote, like, if the world was blind, what would you have to offer? You know what I mean? Like, outside of your aesthetic, what is it that you have to offer? And this is for anybody, you know, if for anybody that is trying to find their purpose, anybody that is struggling to find their place on this big, huge fucking planet. This is a huge place, guys. A very huge place. And very huge place. And you're not supposed to have it all figured out. Who I thought I was supposed to be, who I wanted to be 10 years ago ain't what I'm thinking now. When I started my business in 2000, the direction it's going is completely different than where I saw it when I created it. You know what I mean? We all got time. So be gentle with yourself in the process. And like I've been saying all week, allow these towers to fall. Allow yourself to dive deeper into self. And like, it sounds really cliche when people say like the answers are within, but it is. Like, I was kind of having a talk with my higher self this morning, and I had to ask, like, who is this? And it was just like, and I was just to myself, like, sometimes it's just you. A lot of people who watch tarot, a lot of people who are like kind of hooked on YouTube at this moment and shit like that, and these spiritual people have this codependency on getting external validation, getting answers from spirit, getting answers from this and that. But if you really give yourself time to sit with yourself and think one-on-one, maybe with the wind blowing a little, you feel me, maybe sitting in front of a water source, maybe just sitting in your house and letting the water just run, you feel me? If you pay for water, I get that, you know what I mean? But and I'm hearing the answers that you seek will find you. Ooh, that's dope. The answers that you seek will find you. You're not too far from it, though. You know what I mean? You're not too far from it. I'm just hearing you're not too far from gold. Like, y'all, I don't know how far it was. It was like 3/4 of an inch or some shit like that from gold, nigga. Don't give up on your journey. You almost there. You almost there. And that's been a continuous download all week. Don't self-sabotage this shit. It's here. You know what I mean? Like, your breakthrough is here. Your breakthrough is here. It's now. You know what I mean? So express your gratitude as you should. And man, don't let these suckers like trick you out of your spot. I'm sorry, I'm from the city. We sucker free. But don't let these devils trick you out of your spot. Don't let these devils try to confuse you. These demons trying to confuse you. Because you got this. And you always have, you always will, and you are. You know? But I hope y'all got, I hope that did something for somebody this morning. It's your girl Barbie Drees, the talented intuitive, host of spirituality, leading all you bitches to the promised land, myself included. Nobody told you this morning, today, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. If you haven't told yourself yet, go ahead and do that. Ladies, make sure you throw that ass in a circle this morning while you're getting dressed. Do some body appreciation, you know what I mean? Even men, if you want to whip it around or whatever the fuck y'all be doing, you know, some body appreciation. Do something that your body is going to appreciate, you know what I mean? Drink a bottle of water right now, something. Pour into you. But I'm going to catch y'all a little later when I do this reading. I love y'all. Hey.